be taught. Hello, class. My name is Carlos Barrera, and I'm going to be talking about the decorator design pattern. The decorator design pattern works by simplifying the attachment of additional responsibilities to an object without adding responsibilities to an entire class. In other words, the decorator design pattern is able to add responsibilities to individual objects dynamically and without affecting other objects. The decorator design pattern is also known as a wrapper. If you've done any object-oriented designs, you know you're familiar with wrappers. Same thing. A good example of a decorator design pattern would be the development of classes. When the development of our product spending trends. Hello class, my name is Carlos Barrera. Hello class, my name is Carlos Barrera, and I'm going to be talking about the decorator design pattern. The decorator design pattern works by simplifying the attachment of additional responsibilities to an object without adding responsibilities to an entire class, also known as a wrapper. In other words, the decorator design pattern is able to add responsibilities to individual objects dynamically and without affecting other objects. And like I just said, the decorator design pattern is a wrapper. If you've ever done any object-oriented design, at least BYUI, you have some experience with wrappers. It's the same thing. A good example of the decorator design pattern would be the development of classes, and more when we're developing our product spending trends in graphical format. The reason why the decorator design is appropriate for displaying spending trends is because we would just want to change the object's skin versus guts. Implementing a class that covers all possible graphical displays would be wasteful because most graphical displays won't be used. Instead, we can format the display class and add responsibilities as the user asks for them. A good example is that a user might just use a pie graph or a bar graph, so there's no reason to implement all those features in the parent class or in the main class. We could just add into the object as the user asks for them. There's two upsides. The first upside of the decorator design pattern is that it gives you more flexibility than a static inheritance. With the decorator design pattern, responsibilities can be added and removed from an object at runtime by simply attaching and detaching decorators or wraps. In contrast, with inheritance, it requires to create a new class for each additional responsibility. The removal of an inheritance also requires substantial modifications to the class instead of modifying a single object. Segueing to the second side is that it avoids feature-laden classes high up in the hierarchy. Inheritance can attach unnecessary responsibilities to a subclass, while decorators only add responsibility as they are needed. This allows the construction of simpler classes and of overhang. It also simplifies the addition of responsibilities because the probability of conflicts is minimized due to the simplicity of the parent class. In the end, just to give an overview, the upsides of using the decorator design pattern is that it gives you the ability to modify objects without worrying of conflicts that you might receive with inheritance. It also gives you the ability to add responsibilities when you can't create inheritances. A good example is in Java. Java, if I recall, only allows you to inherit one class, so you can't have like a tree of inheritances, however you say that. So if you want to have familiar classes and you don't want to use an interface, you can just add the decorator design pattern, create classes, and add them to larger classes as you see needed. Now I'm going to pass the mic to my partner, and he will explain the rest of the decorator design pattern. Thank you for listening.